Relationship. Anyway, just woke up. Woke up a little late. A couple of minutes after 8 o'clock. Um, not too many. How many beers that I normally drink? Doesn't matter. Went to sleep, but I always use that word. I haven't used that word recently. When people hear the word relationship, they think of a boyfriend, a girlfriend kind of thing, right? And I get it, like what's your relationship status? People put that on their Facebook or whatever, and other social media sites, on single or married or divorced or whatever, right? But see, relationship, uh, it's a very obtuse, it's a very open word, right? Because let's read the definition. The way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected. See, the relationship between pretty much you know let's say me, right? Relationship between me and the Earth is related to gravity or something like that, or the relationship between majority of us, me and the Earth. It's kind of unstable right now. There's pollution going around. I respect a guy or the Earth. That's the relationship I have with planet Earth or my cats. Could be objects too, But there's also I read this. I was gonna open it, but I clicked on this. Here it is. Here it is. What are the four types of relationships? Family relationships, right? Friendships, acquaintanceships, and romantic relationships. Traditionally, people think of this one, romantic relationships. But you just have a friendship, a relationship, or a coworker, and this is a relationship we have because how we are related to one another, not necessarily related by blood. Although that's another thing. I talk about my relatives. Relatives. I don't call them my family. Relatives. We're blood related. We don't have the best relationship. When I'm going with this, um, how would a young person, you know, when they're like, let's say just going into teens or even before that, realize that, maybe his or her mom doesn't care about their dad, or they're gonna go through a divorce, or they just, either cheat on each other, disrespect one another, right? You know, and then how would they view the world? Let's say they had a conscience to begin with. How would they see everything? How would they go to school, right? Let's say they were like in what, maybe eighth grade or something like that, and they just, they realize that, dad doesn't care about mom or anything like that. Probably did not even care about you. How would you just go to school? How would you feel? You know, would you see the world differently? Would you just care about anybody? Or just open, your mind to it and just see the world for what it is? You know, and then if that's your mom and dad, and that's the closest thing you have to a family. If they're like that, and you see other people just, talking foul about this person, that person, they just, people just don't get along. People just don't seem to get along. You know, what kind of world would you live in? Would you still, be gullible and trust people? Because you go on in life, and just like you try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. You try to be like, well, that's them, but this is that. But after all, you just get disappointed and stuff. Till it comes up, when I'm alone, but I'm just, I don't know. I'm just gonna make fun of people, right? I want to stand up for myself, and you open your mouth, about not in a bad way, but things you understand. There's people don't even understand you. They don't even understand what acquaintance is. Maybe they can or cannot read and think it's funny, and you talk about that line that Rodney King said, you know, why can't we just all get along? Why can't all we just all get along? And he said it in a, and I mean, people made fun of that because it was just like so simple, you know. It was so simple, but after getting beaten up brutally by the police and surviving that, you know, he just, I guess he meant it, right? The people out there mean it. You know, they have the best relationships. They even care. You know, I mean, does someone have to get like I don't know, a really bad car accident and die, right? And that, have trauma in their family and just like shocked. When you just realize, these people don't even get along. And so many people just laugh, they smile at the fact that somebody died, or they just don't care. And you see that, how would you just view the world? Not just the world, but people around you. I mean, it would just like, a mind boggle you. And you go to school or something like that, and you just like, for some reason, you just treat it as casually, you know, to the point where just like, it's so shocking, and only like one person actually cares that, you lost a family members, or maybe he just shocked the way you said it, you know, you know, yeah. Um, I lost an uncle, aunt, and a cousin before they passed away a couple months before I was in Poland. Came back to the States, and they died in April. I left Poland in August, so let me see, August is 8th. 8 months later, they passed. Right, they had a car accident, but they knew they were gonna die. Yeah, I think look, the time traveler, he told them that, which it's a fact. Time travel be very, very. That's another thing about time travel. Let's say you go back. Let's say people died. They died in the time frame they lived. Like, what would you say? Unless they got really angry, they were evil at you. And we just they disrespect you, they spit on you, right? And you're like, oh yeah, you're gonna die in a couple months. This is the last time we'll see each other. Except my aunt, my Mary, that was her name, like my mom's name. She was my godmother. But before I left Poland, I was at their house in Krakow, and she went to work. She worked at a bank, and she called to say bye because they would drop me off in another part of Poland, so I could, let you depart, go back to the States. And I just go for now making jokes, and she said, this is the last time we'll ever talk, and you're being a clown. I felt so bad. Like, what do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. And all right, well, whatever. I didn't get it. My cousin Monica, she was what, 21, 22. Before I left, she was the one that took me to see Point Break in Poland. It was one of the greatest movies I've seen. Um, we sat down, we were drinking tea. That's what people do in Poland at night. For supper, we drank tea. And what was that? 13, 14, something like that. Before I left for Poland, that's the last time I saw her. We talked for, I don't remember what we talked about because it ran through my mind a couple of times, but she went to a fortune teller twice, and she knew she was going to die young. At least that's what she told me. Who knows if he didn't tell her? He was angry at her. I don't know. But it's like, where's the compassion? Where's the decency? And my uncle Yannick, John Yannick, right? That was her dad. He was the one that the first time I heard someone call me a brother. I was like 13. He was an older man. He was my uncle. And he was like, Bracha, brother. Very religious guy. He took me to the mountains. I think that's the first time I've seen mountains. Because I was in mountains with my other uncle in Slovakia or something like that. But I was 13, so I have a vivid memory of that. Yeah. And, a couple months later, they're just gone. It was shocking. It still is. Because, the way they died, I didn't want to picture it. Just disgusting, right? I could see my uncle Stanley Nimick's face when he came out of the house when he heard the news. What kind of relationship would you have with anyone in your so-called family circle, right? When it's you get up and like they want you to answer the phone for your grandfather to call when he calls, and you something was up. Like they just wanted me to pick up the phone for him to tell me that they passed, that they died. The first thing I imagined when I heard, when they were talking about it, just like they were in the house and something in the house exploded. I don't know. That's the image I had because like I couldn't imagine like how could they all die, all three at once. I mean, what is that? I couldn't imagine someone went after to kill them. They said they died on the highway, and my cousin Monica was driving, and she was inexperienced, and the road was uh, overridden because trucks rode on or something like that. And yeah, when the truck brakes, created these wedges and stuff, and they said there was a dog in the street, and she turned the car, flipped over on the other lane, and they got hit by an Audi. They said, you know, I was just shocked. It was like it's just a horrible way to go. And also uh, Stanley Nemick's face when he came over the house, and we were talking about it. And we lived in Elizabeth back then, and he comes over, and he's like, Monica too, and he like just like he just like didn't care, like he knew, but he was just like, putting on a front. He was just like putting a showmanship. I was creeped out. I was disgusted. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, not a care, not a compassion for a loss of life in the way they might have died, her and her mom and dad. You know, I just I don't think I knew them too well. Neither of them. 'Cause everybody looks good on a picture, and we talk about each other about those times, this and that. But when you get to know someone at the core of it, at the hardcore of it, either they're mean to you, disrespect you, they really don't like you. Just yeah. And you go on and you know who they are, but I don't know, it's repression or something like that. Just to die violently like that, just disgusting. And the fact those people knew, and they just well, so yeah, that's the kind of life I had. Probably people gonna tell me, "Oh, you bro didn't give a damn about you." Uh, right, fucking cowards. You gonna play with my mind like that? Like you've been playing for 41 years. It's over now. Can't fuck with me like that anymore. Oh no. Anyway, I woke up today and I'm like, fuck, I didn't buy water yesterday. But I'm like, what? I got the EBT money. Gonna buy some jugs of water. I'm gonna make a video about. Yeah, I'm not treating this callously or like too loosely. Just after decades of this and reasoning and knowing who my relatives are, blood relatives, and how they are. I just I don't wanna be sad and cry and think about this stuff. I really don't. Especially how I woke up to the phone call of my grandfather calling, and one of my cousins was awake. He just was peeking Robert over there, like like treated it as a fucking sideshow. Um, Fucking unbelievable. I mean, I don't know what they told Robert over there. Hey, let Lucas over there get the phone now. They're dead, but he has to get the phone. And it wasn't because like a thing your grandfather calls. Who answers the phone in the family. I don't know if my Luke over there said I answer phone this and that. Or they just wanted to me to be like oh. Anyway, I got money for water, so that's the good news. That's the good word today. And I got a whole thing of sticks, branches, or whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. That's what I'm planning on doing. Uh, Furniture. Let's look up the definition of furniture because it's a very wide range word as well. Large mobile equipment such as tables and chairs used to make a house, office, or other space suitable for living or working. Hmm. Well, it's kind of random and disgusting for me to just go off on a tangent, right? Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how many people in my family would directly talk about that. And Stash over there, treating callously. Oh, by the way, before Stashu came over, yeah, I did get smacked in the face by Martha Skarupa. I know, but I don't know. I knew what they were. I knew how they were. Pretentious as fuck. I don't know what I said. First thing I said, maybe they're in a better place. So I don't remember, but it was something creepy and disgusting. Yeah, and I didn't treat it as a joke. You know, I got shocked again by Martha Skrupa over there. A couple of times she shocked me as a adolescent. You know, but yeah, there's a picture. Speaking of furniture, it's just a vlog, right? It's weird because usually I make my vlogs on my phone, but it takes a while to upload, so I'd rather do it on my laptop. Here's the thing about furniture, There's a picture of my mom. She had a nightgown. She was covered up in a covers, and the Nimitz came over early. I think that's the first time I had a Dunkin' Donuts donut. Her too. She was just eating it. She got. It was a funny picture, but I got to go. They used to make fun of that. Whenever she wanted to, At least to me, you know. Another thing she said about my mom and dad, I got to, very creepy and disturbing. Yeah, she was over there. She was 17 or 18. It doesn't matter. She was younger, older. She still would have said that. That's the kind of relatives I had. And look over that defendant I got about her living arrangements and her room and all that stuff. Too bad. Too bad. Too nice. You know, too nice to people. Right now, I just keep my mouth shut about stuff. I really do. I have the time or energy to go pointing out, trying to make other people heal, correct people's wrongs. For what? For what? When they would just either spit on you, degrade you, or smile when you pass, or or won't care how they die, lie about it, and then but just whatever at your gravesite. Anyway, furniture all over the place. Yeah, I mean, a jewelry decor or a jewelry. I bought something. It's a display for jewelry. I don't know how much it was. It was fairly cheap. It wasn't the best way. I put it together. It's like I don't know if I can use this. It's it's not what I want. It's a beautiful piece. I use it for something else. But I have an idea for another something else for jewelry. I just haven't got to it because Big Skull's working on it and just distracted by people, distracted and tortured about their animosity and jealousy and just ignorance and just hatred. And like, oh, we didn't know you like that. I don't have time for that. I don't even know you. I don't even know you. I don't care about you. Leave me alone. Try to get on with my life. Really. You know. Try to do something with myself. Maybe get a couple dollars. Get a car battery working. Drive, because I love driving, especially semi-automatic. It's fun. I enjoy it. I have fun. It's good. Whatever anybody does, I could care less. Have your own life. I have mine. You can't